Hey nerds! So today is the first day of this new Heroes video schedule. In general, I'm going to be trying to combine a lot of the silly nonsense and just kind of put it all into one video. So let's go take a look at the voting gauntlet real quick and see what's going on there. Aw, there's no multiplier. Dang it. Guess I'll just have to go without using my flags. Oh well, hopefully I actually have a decent... Oh, well, I mean, Xander and Sigurd? Okay, sure, I'll take it. Anyways. So today, this morning, I actually started... Oh my god, are you kidding me? This is... I just realized that the other group all has blues. Anyways. Thankfully one of them's Reinhardt. Oh boy. Anyways. This morning I actually took some time myself to... start working on a few things, working on getting the college applications done. That's going to be happening. It'll actually be happening in January, hopefully. If I can hopefully get in correctly, which will be really neat if so. That means I don't have to... Oh, swap. Good. That's what I wanted. Alright, hopefully that means good things. We'll see, though. Oh, boy. Reinhardt, don't do that. Thank you. Thank God for this Hector. Not so much for this, Xander, but... Anyways, I'm being a bit of a weirdo right now, but hopefully Sigurd can take this a little bit better. Anyways, so yeah, college is probably going to be happening. That's really exciting to me. And this morning I took my dog out and actually had some exercise. Going to be working on this a lot more. I've been doing this a lot more before, but now it's been a lot easier to actually just take her out. So here's Cassie, by the way, for those who are wondering. This is my dog. She's adorable. And she looks a little bit dopey there, but I've never seen her so excited to go for a walk in a long time, so that's a fun one. Anyways, alright, well, I'm not going to be spending my flags right now. No siree, no thank you. Gonna just use the normal one flag thing times one. Go team. Really contributing to Soren here. Oh well. So, anyways, outside of Cassie and enjoying myself with that, a lot of you were asking about... Alrighty, and we're panning over to here. Because, well, I need to do some cutting, needed to do some other stuff, and I figured we'd talk about this because, well, another talking point that I wanted to see. Mostly, a lot of you have been trying to pull for Naui. A lot of you have, and while I'm sure a lot of you are really excited for her and really wanted to try and get her, you know, mostly so you can go to prison and rot in prison because you're crazy and weird, but mostly... You guys keep saying that there is a new sort of hell, you know, outside of colorless hell, I guess, and that is red hell. Yes, I know what you guys are talking about, but let's just do some math and let's give you guys an idea of how many 5 stars are actually in the pool when it comes to, well, all of these units, because there are quite a lot now, especially in the reds. Oh boy, especially in the reds. So, let's just do some math and give you a general idea of what is available in the pools when it comes to non-focused 5 stars, okay? Now, again, this doesn't count focuses, and even then, even if I did count focus units, it wouldn't matter because these ones are going to go away at the end of this banner. Anyways, so let's start with the least amount of 5 stars in the pool right now, okay? Okay, so that would actually be green. No surprise there, right? That actually is a solid 16 number. There are 16 green units in the focus, well not focus, the 5-star pool. So, I mean, for those who are wondering why there's always a really, well, just a bigger chance for rolling a focus or bigger chance for rolling some of the better green units out of there, that's mostly why. In total, there are 9 axe units, 6 tome units, including such classic ones as Bowie and Merrick. I'm sure a lot of you are excited about that one. And then, of course, we have our good old dragon Faye, who is not listed. Oh, there she is. She's actually listed right there, as you can see. So, yeah, Faye, right there. And you get the basic idea. That's pretty much why. There's very little green units in the game. When it comes to 5 stars, I'm pretty sure that as time goes on, we're probably going to get a lot more green. Hopefully, we'll see. Unfortunately, most of the greens that have really come out recently that I can honestly think of are Deirdre, and that's really about it. Maybe Brave Ike. Moving on from that, let's talk about the next pool that is, of course, the one that everyone will complain about endlessly and tirelessly. That, of course, is Colorless. Colorless have, well, 19 completely. To give you a general makeup of that, there are, let's see here, 8 archers, 3 dagger units, and of course another 8 staff units. Ooh, that's a little bit testy. So yes, a lot of those, and those dagger units include, of course, Jafar, who, you know, Jacob, and of course Kagura. And of the of the archers you can get for 5-star are Faye, Ennis, Klein, George, Leon, Bravelyn, Rebecca, oh boy, and Takumi, who everyone really enjoys. And then we're not even going to talk about staff units, because staff units, outside of like Jenny and maybe Elise, usually you're not going to be rolling with them unless you get maybe a Priscilla and you feel like it, because God knows what happens if you pull a mist, right? Alright, so moving on from there, we of course have, well, the next biggest pool that is in the 5-star pool. That is that is 24, and that is with blue. So yes, blue, there are 24 blue units. I went in the most obtuse way of saying it, but there are 24 blue 5-star units there. So yes, and that's a lot of spear units, but I'm not going to try to divvy this up because there's just so much to, I mean, just, oh god. Just looking it over, yeah, that's a lot. But mostly, I mean, there's actually 2 dragons available there, 2 Dragonstone units. And then, of course, we have the grandmother of them all, with the most amount of 5 stars available for a pool as a non-focus. That is red, with 32. 32 units, guys. 32. That's, of course, including Ira now, who is now available as well. And, of course, other valuable units like, you know, Carl, Seth, Sigurd, Seliph, Marth, Ogma, Luke, and everyone's favorite, and the one that I'm sure everyone is, well, everyone seems to roll every time they try to go for it, Gray. You know, this guy, right here. Gray is someone that people obviously do not enjoy. I've had so many people complain about colorless, you know, colorless hell, and then of course when they're rolling for Naui, they're like, I keep getting Gray. He is the worst. Well, at least there is one good thing that comes out of pulling Gray, even if people disagree. Sword Valor. That's always a plus, but still, yes. There are a lot of problems with the 5-star non-focus pool, obviously. A lot of them are, well, unnecessary. I mean, I really don't think we need Seliph, Seth, or, you know, even Crom at times in there, because while Crom is great, he's still available as 4 stars. Same with Mars, same with Sheeta, and just, you know, but we've gone over that before. I mean, is there a red hell? Yes and no. Mostly because I don't think they're really... I mean, just to give you an example, of the 34 sword units, or 34 red units, I should say, I would say more than half of them are accessible, easy to use, and you might get lucky and get some really powerful units. I mean, if you get Lynn, or Alincia, or even, I mean, Ira now, Sigurd, there's a lot of interesting, powerful units in there that you could possibly get, outside of Grays and Cheetahs. You know, maybe Luke will pop up. Oh god, that just scares me already. But this isn't anything like, say, Colorless, where Colorless, unless you get really lucky, you know, there's maybe a handful of useful units in there. Even in archers, I mean, Faye's cool, she has her bow, but you're not going to be using her, you're probably going to be using her bow and giving it to someone else. Same for things like George and even Klein nowadays. Rebecca's not that great, and then, of course, you know, you end up rolling all the way down here and end up in this nightmare cacophony of nonsense. where you end up with Lachesis and Lucius and Sakura, and I mean, I have so many more Priscillas now. I can easily just I'm going to fuse them right now, actually, because honestly, why even bother, right? But you know, there's really nothing else there. It's not as bad as colorless, but it is obviously a point that we do need to keep talking about eventually, which is just that, well, you know, colorless are a thing, and, you know, 5-star pools kind of suck. But if you do get Naui, and you do end up with that, and you know, you'll eventually get her, I'm sure, guys. I have my fingers crossed. But, you know, right now, obviously, it's not as bad as the previous ones, and hey, maybe you'll get an Ira. Maybe you'll get something cool out of it that you can actually use in, you know, instead of, say, a Jacob who is only really there so you can give renewal to someone, or Jafar, who is basically, despite the fact having a legendary weapon, seems to only exist for life and death. At least you can use a a pretty big portion of the red units. So I don't think there's too much of a red hell in the game. So either way, I'm gonna go back and take a look and see if I can. Is there a modifier yet? Oh, sweet. I'm gonna go get my flags, and I'm gonna go and plant some flags in this red lobster bastard. See you nerds later. Hope you enjoyed the new format. This is how it's gonna be from now on, basically. Daily kind of thing, unless there, of course, there's news in the evening. So, catch you nerds later.